Liechtenstein, a tiny country in the heart of Europe, with only around 40,000 inhabitants and an area of just 160 square kilometers. In the midst of its large neighbors, this small country is often overlooked. But how was a country of such modest size able to maintain its status as a separate and independent country? Let's take a look at this interesting and remarkable story of the small principality becoming an independent country. The history of Liechtenstein as an independent country begins in 1719, when what is now Liechtenstein consisted of the two small territories of Schellenberg and Vaduz. It was Emperor Charles VI of the Holy Roman Empire who united these territories under the rule of the Liechtenstein family. A significant step that set the course for the future. The name of the country as we know it today comes, of course, from this influential family which has ruled the region ever since. In 1719, it became an imperial fiefdom, which meant that the land was directly subordinate to the emperor. A great honor and at the same time an obligation. As a fiefdom, the Liechtenstein family was obliged to provide the emperor with special services such as military support. This gave the principality a certain degree of autonomy, but the path to full sovereignty was far from complete. The next decisive step on the road to Liechtenstein's independence came in 1806, a time of change in Central Europe when the Holy Roman Empire, which had characterized the political landscape for centuries, collapsed under pressure from Napoleon. The emperor abdicated and Napoleon declared the empire dissolved, a dramatic turning point in history. During this upheaval, Liechtenstein seized the opportunity to consolidate its independence. As a result of the reorganization of the German states, the small principality became a sovereign state, embedded in the Confederation of the Rhine controlled by Napoleon. For Liechtenstein, this meant more than just a change on the map. It was the official beginning of its independence as an autonomous country, a significant moment that led the small state into the future. A decisive pillar of the country's independence is its consistent neutrality. For centuries, the small principality has pursued a policy that has enabled it to defy the challenges of history. During the two devastating world wars that shook Europe and destroyed entire countries, Liechtenstein, like its neighbor Switzerland, remained neutral. Through diplomatic skill and wise restraint, Liechtenstein managed to escape the destructive conflicts that ravaged other countries. This clever neutrality was more than just a political strategy, it was a protective shield that enabled the country to maintain its independence and safeguard its sovereignty. In addition to its political independence, Liechtenstein is also economically independent. In the 20th century, the small principality developed into an important financial center with a stable and growing economy. Thanks to clever economic strategies and an attractive environment for international companies and investors, Liechtenstein has been able to successfully assert itself on the global stage. To this day, the country tops, together with Monaco, the list of countries with the highest gross domestic product per capita, putting it ahead of countries such as Switzerland and Ireland. Despite its small size, Liechtenstein has established stable international relations. It is a member of international organizations such as the UN, WHO, and WTO, and maintains close contacts with its neighbors, particularly Switzerland and Austria. These international relations strengthen Liechtenstein's position as a sovereign state and enable it to represent its interests worldwide. As we have seen, Liechtenstein is an impressive example of how a small country has been able to maintain its independence, despite its modest size and the many challenges that history has brought. If you enjoyed the video and would like to learn more about two European countries that tried to divide the world between them, I can recommend my video about the Treaty of Tordesillas. Have fun watching and ciao!